Has your D-pad or face button suddenly need you to press really hard down on it while playing with your controller? Today I'm going to show you how to fully disassemble your Logitech F310 and put it back together, as well as showing you how to fix bad inputs. Before we begin, I need to preface that I'm not a professional, and if you do suffer from bad inputs, this might not work with you. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's begin with a small input demonstration. If you want to skip this, timestamps will be available on the seek bar or in the description. The problem with my F310 is that it doesn't register left or right on the D-pad unless I press down on it hard. You can see here that I'm lightly pressing them with my screwdriver, and the point of view hat isn't registering the input. This is usually because the sensor beneath the buttons might be dirty, or there might be something covering it. A little cleaning gets rid of this problem, so let's get right into it. So what we're gonna need is a number 1 Phillips head or star screwdriver, some Q-tips, and some alcohol. Let's flip our controller around and you'll see 7 screws on the back. Loosen them up so we can disassemble the shell. Once those are off, keep your controller face down and carefully remove the back shell. It's locked on there, so there might be some force, but don't yank too hard. You want it face down or else all the buttons on the controller will fall off. The face buttons have small pins on them, so make sure you don't lose those. The start, select, and shift and home buttons can easily fall off, while the shoulder buttons are just slotted in there. The D-pad is screwed in though, so don't worry much about that. If you don't have anything to remove, like say replacing the sticks, let's set the front shell aside for now. Here you can begin the cleaning process, but if you want to isolate the PCB from the shell, simply remove the silver screw located on the center of the board. These screws right here are for the triggers, so you don't have to take them off. Take note of the position of the wires behind the board. We'll need this for later. And just like that, everything's disassembled. If you have problems with input, take a Q-tip and douse it with some alcohol. Normally on your device, the silicone under the PCB will still be there, so just lift it up and gently clean the traces below. The dirt in our case is from the rubber within the silicone, and it's just rubbing off on the trace. After cleaning those, and if your Q-tip looks really dirty, then congratulations, that might probably fix your input problem. Now that everything is neat and tidy, let's put it back together again. Take extra care in positioning the wire behind the board because there is a specific way for it to fit back in. Also make sure that this wire here is in its right place. Slot the rubber back in its housing and position the wires where they should be. If you did this right, the trigger shouldn't be heavily lopsided or misaligned. And hold down on both sides of the board with one hand and screw it back in place with a silver screw and see if they line up. Please do not over-tighten the screws. The PCB is very delicate, and if it were to crack, it will most likely stop functioning. Now for the front shell. Take extra care in making sure the buttons and whatnot don't fall off. What you want to do is to insert the sticks and angle the front face slightly so the bits and bobs won't fall off. This is a bit tricky, but what I do here is to guide the sticks through the shell and hold onto them with my fingers while trying to put the front shell back in. It takes a while, but it eventually goes back into place. Here you can do input tests to see if everything works. If it doesn't work, you might have not cleaned it enough, or more likely your USB might just not be plugged in. After verifying that everything works, slide the slide grips back on and screw the 7 screws back into place, but don't over tighten them. If your sticks are getting stuck in a position, loosen the bottom screws a bit. If that doesn't work no matter what you do, and if you especially remove the PCB from the bottom shell, the silver screw might not be on there too tight, or more likely, the wires behind the PCB aren't set right. If everything's good and feels right, well done! You've successfully disassembled and reassembled your Logitech F310. If this didn't fix your problems, then I'm sorry, but I don't know what any other solutions there are aside from cleaning the one thing shown in this video. If this caused problems for you, then I'm not responsible for that, as I've done this multiple times with my own F310 and never broken a single thing. And with that, that's the end of this video. Once again, I hope this fixed the issues with the controller, or maybe it helped you in disassembling it. And we'll see each other in the next video. That's all. Thank you. Goodbye.